when I accidentally saw a spoiler. Hey friends, Zen here. Today we're diving into the enchanting world of heaven officials. Blessings. A masterpiece by Xu that captured hearts globally, and mine wasn't an exception. Whether you're already a fan of the anime, the novels, or just curious about this buzz, I'm here to share why the story is so captivating personally for me, and maybe also worth your time.
I can show you more if you'll allow me. There's something I want you to see.
Okay, get this. Our main guy, Xie Lian, is a god who's had a bit of a rough time. He's been kicked out of heaven twice and is trying to make a comeback. Imagine showing up to a party where no one really wants you there.
Oh, you had to come back?
That's Xie Lian for you. He's got to pay off his debts by collecting scraps. Yeah, a god picking up trash. Can you believe it? But there's where it gets really interesting. Xie Lian meets this dude, Xie Lian.
So, if all things were equal, would gods even exist? Mortals preach equality, but they want a power to rely on too.
Who's just an ordinary guy, or so we think. They start going on these wild adventures together, and let's just say, things aren't as simple as they seem. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I need some spoilers to watch something or to read something, because only saying that the book or anime is amazing isn't enough for me. I need some juicy details that make me determine for myself, is it worth it or not? Because it might happen that something that is special for you might not work for me. And it happened to me a couple of times, and I just wasted my time. So, when I stumbled upon the anime Don Hua Heaven Official's Blessing, it was a feast for the eyes, beautiful pictures. I loved what I saw, but I'll be honest, it was really hard to get to episode 5. And everything only changed when I accidentally saw a spoiler. That was the moment when I got really intrigued and started to watch the anime from the beginning, paying attention to every little detail and really cheering on. You might be asking, what was that spoiler, right? Right? Well, from the beginning, when I initially started watching the anime, I took it as a detective series with some mystic elements set in a fantasy world full of gods and ghosts. And when I was first introduced to Hua Cheng, I was skeptical about him. I thought he was a bad guy who would deceive our protagonist, Xie Lian, and make him regret that they even met. I thought this was some dirty game from his side. I couldn't believe in their emotions because I kept asking myself, why now? Why did Hua Cheng decided to meet Xie Lian now. He had so much time. Why now? Does he have some bad intentions? But then the spoiler revealed that Hua Cheng is actually that little boy who was rescued by Xie Lian 800 years ago. That was the moment when I got totally intrigued and amazed by the depth of their feelings and truly, deeply, madly wanted to know what would happen next. And when I got curious about their story, how they got to this point, it wasn't actually such a spoiler. Instead of making me want to stop watching, it did the opposite. I wanted to know how the story unfolded for them, and even now, after I've read the 8-book series, I still wait eagerly for every episode from the anime to see them. So, if you're like me, needing that little push to dive into a story, consider this your nudge.